We really only had 3 days to practice, so I think we made the best of those 3 days, but still, I mean, we're going to be competing and sailing against some of the guys who've been doing these boats for their whole life. So, I mean, really, experience is kind of our biggest challenge, and that we don't have much of it. But I think we're going to make the best of what we do have, and hopefully we'll come out going strong in the end. This is a really close fleet, too, I think, as well. I think they've been sailing together as a team for years at this point, and we're kind of coming in new and not really knowing each other too well. So I think we're kind of at a disadvantage in the fact that we're not as tight-knit as some of these other guys who've been sailing together for 10 plus years.
So we're in a J22, which actually drives a lot like a dinghy. So I think we're at a little bit of an advantage if we want to talk about boat handling and roll tacks and stuff like that, because we definitely have experience with that. However, we don't really get to use spinnakers a lot in high school sailing, so that's definitely a challenge we're going to have to overcome.
I think even just looking at the other boats, these really good guys who've been sailing 22s for a while, we can learn a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
Like we're like holding the pole down, keep it bouncing.
Yeah.
Just make sure we hold the right line this time.
Honestly, just watching the other boats, see how they do it. It's just really kind of what we've been learning from. So it's been helpful.
It's really difficult because if you make one mistake, these guys are so good, like you're out. So just being consistent, I think, is really important.
Also, definitely having a lot more people on the boat. I think that's a struggle. Having a lot more hands, a lot more communication is very, very important for our boat to be working well. I got hooked on keelboats when we were invited to do it last year. And now we've been doing like a couple like qualifiers within high school, and it's just, I love keelboats. I'm never going to get off them now. I like the teamwork aspect, working with more people, so you have a lot more voices on the boat. It's a lot more fun, and I think it's also a lot more challenging, so I like that challenge. Being with the older guys is definitely stressful because if we're doing better than them, then I feel like we're going to get yelled at, or if we're doing worse, they're going to help us. But anyway, it's a lot, it's very helpful, and it's really fun and challenging, and I'm always up for the challenge, so.
So how's the weekend?
Super good, super fun weekend. Definitely learned a lot of stuff this weekend. I think as a team, we kind of grew like a lot, like definitely got a lot more team chemistry going, and just moves like setting and dousing the spinnaker for sure. We're just like throughout the weekend got better and better with every time we did it. So I think this last couple races today, it was tough. Winds kind of started to die on us, and we didn't get to start the first race. So I mean, it was a tough day today. But we still had a good time out sailing and definitely learned a lot.
Yeah, I think we definitely got better working with the current as time went on too, which I think was a big improvement. And yeah, these boats are a lot of fun. So
yeah, for sure.
Overall, very proud of us.
Yeah, I think we did a lot better than we thought we were going to do. But
I think the weekend was a pretty good learning experience for all of us. Gave us a chance to learn from the pros, pick up some neat tips and tricks. Definitely had a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to doing it again next year.
What all did we learn?
Definitely, I mean, I know I learned a ton just doing the spinnaker up there. I'd only ever really done it on 420s, and even then, not very much because I usually drive. So just setting the pole and setting the kite, I'd really just learned so much this weekend. And even just watching other people do it, like yesterday I was watching how one of the guys was holding the pole down to kind of limit the wave action and the impact that the waves had on the spinnaker. So just like little stuff like that, just watching all these pros do it, we can really learn a lot just from watching how they do it and kind of mimicking their moves. So
yeah, definitely learned how like kinetic this boat can be. Like kind of looking at the boat, you think it's kind of like a lazy, like slow moving, but when you really get good at it, it's a lot of leaning, a lot of getting the boat to roll and flat and fast. And yeah, I think that's something that we definitely improved on as the week went on.
And then every body placement counts, so I guess
for sure.
Definitely just we learned every day more and more that we needed to watch our placement and make sure that we were in the place that we needed to be, depending on the wind.
I actually think I learned a lot more about the bay than I did already. I learned how the current moves, learned about the land effects. Definitely had some interesting wind to deal with, but it was definitely a great learning experience. You got to know how to sail in very light, very shifty air.
So going forward, is this something you guys want to keep doing? Keep sailing keelboats?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we were
100%.
just talking like when we're older, we should totally like get back together.
Yeah,
and,
yeah,
race
like
it later.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
See over the summer, see if we can get in some Wednesday night series.
See who can beat those juniors later on.
Yeah, for sure.